Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations. It says collection, but we're playing the first one, whatever that's called. It's Ace Attorney, a series that I wasn't entirely sure I was going to return to. Because, you know, me and Ace Attorney, we clash some. But we got a partnership together. Where, you know, I say that plot point seems a little silly and stupid. I don't know if I agree with that decision. And then a hardcore fan tells me to go off myself. But out of that conflict comes some genuinely great content. Plus, I need a game that's approximately 30 hours to fit in before I go back into the Trails mines for several months. And I don't know. Thought Ace Attorney would be kind of fun. Let's get at it. We'll play investigations. Let's go. We got Pixely, or I mean that. The more rendered one looks fine. I got no beef with it. The Turnabout Visitor. Let's go. So yeah, the one disclaimer on this Let's Play is that I plan, basically my deadline is this needs to be finished by like February, basically Valentine's Day. Well, when the text stops scrolling, I'll talk more. To make sure the defendant is found guilty. Okay, that's the job of a prosecutor after all. I forgot I have to read. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Oh my god, that's Murder McGuy! I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. The funny thing is that there could be a character in the series called Murder McGuy, and it wouldn't even be that out of place. But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier before we move on. There is a deadline. I plan to get the game finished by Valentine's Day. If it doesn't happen, the game will still be finished, because I never abandon a series once it started, but it'll be on the back burner. And it will no longer be the main priority. So it's March 14th, 2:04 a.m. Bro, it's early. Also, there's tornado sirens going off. I don't know if that shows up on the mic or not, but it's just because they're doing tests because it's the first. Hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I'm sure nothing bad happened while I was gone. I hope Detective Gumshoe's and keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. Sure would suck if I were to walk in and there was a dead body with a bunch of blood everywhere. And I just stepped right in it, and then they came back and they're like, huh, look at this footprint. The door is unlocked. ... That couldn't mean unless... Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? I don't see any blood. What's the meaning of this? A damn vagrant in my office? Unacceptable. Freeze. Yeah, but like, this person's been dead for a while. Well, I guess it's at 2 a.m. I guess he could have literally just been murdered then. Does it seem like it was nighttime? Because I was thinking it's like if he's arriving at a normal time in the morning, then like you would be able to be like, okay, this dude's been dead for at least a while, but yeah, I guess if it literally just happened. Identify yourself. Shut up. Okay, Mr. Shut Up. Got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Outside of my office, maybe. Okay, so that was, I was thinking that was like the police showed up at that time. But that was supposed to actually be Murder McGuy. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I thought it was gonna be always like framed. You know, as soon as he walks in, the cops are alerted and gets arrested. I work as a prosecutor in my local district. And then we gotta defend ourselves at court even though you're not supposed to do that? Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Whoa, I don't know if I'd describe Ace Attorney as frantic and busy. That just seems ridiculous. I mean, it's not that much blood, all things considered. 2:56 a.m. This is my thinking pose. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir! Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. Dad can't hear me, sir! When I heard the murder taking place in your office, I ran up here straight away. I really did like that. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought you would be the one murdered, and I thought maybe I could get that dope samurai statue you have back there. No, you don't, no hard feelings, right, buddy? I mean, you wouldn't need it, because you'd be in hell, I mean, wherever it is that you believe you go, sir. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. Well, what do you mean time being? You make it sound like they're going to replace you with somebody more competent, sir. I have you know, I'm the only detective around these parts, therefore I'm the best. You look a little pale, sir. Are you hurt, sir? I'm perfectly fine. However... Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this thing, sir. This crime was committed in my office, so it's my responsibility to solve it. Huh, I don't think that's how it works, sir. But, you're welcome to try, sir. Okay, time to do some investigating, sir. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small we are, to find the truth. I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? It's a damn jigsaw piece. Get the nagging feeling this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? I mean, you could maybe say coinkydink if feeling kind of casual like. No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. Yeah? I mean, most doors do. Not all, but most do. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Oh, I didn't really do too well on the logic part of the detective's exam. Actually, heard I got the lowest score, but they had to advance so many people, to a higher rank that year, so I kind of just got passed along. No detective left behind and all that. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. Okay. But how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. Yep. Now to use Q and recall the facts. Can I just click on it? Okay, 'cause I'd rather click than have to hit my keyboard. Alright. What? Or get connected? For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. I mean, maybe not that hard. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as a mere coincidence. That's exactly what I was thinking, sir! Must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Very well. When you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if information doesn't line up properly, it may stray far from the truth as well. If I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Okay. Let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir, sir! We've begun the investigation. I've heard we do that in this game. Basics of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use the T button, that's for talk, okay? I'll give great precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Okay. We're gonna walk around. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? Oh wait, no, that's just my gun I keep there. If so, it would mean the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, is that Gumshoe who said that? Oh, I know! I thought that was Edgeworth who said it. Yeah, I was issued the exact same model, I think. Sir, what if I'm the killer, sir? I don't remember doing it, but I don't remember a lot of things. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. More of a gum guy, if you know what I'm saying, sir. I mean, they're really dangerous. When I think about it, you do see this bottle around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, like when somebody pulls out in front of me in traffic and, well, I mean, they gots to die, sir. I didn't recognize it. It's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives. I mean, I guess. I don't know if we should necessarily consider Gumshoe being like, hey, that looks like my gun as definitive 100% proof, but we'll accept it for now. Alright, had to pause for a second. They even knocked over your chess set, sir. Wonder where the chess pieces are. I even had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I recently hit double-digit elo, sir. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I like it when the horsey make an L, sir. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity that much. Into the chapter, Miles getting his ass beat at chess. It turns out he's a savant. Oh, I clicked instead of hitting the button. I finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Same, brother. Oh, dude's got hands? Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. Looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. Did I do right? Gun? G-U... Yum? Gum? In other words, he was shot. Till the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Oh, maybe it does say gumshoe. That looks like an S. Police have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. You gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? So presumably we're gonna set up Gumshoe as like our initial, you know, culprit, and then he's gonna be like, I don't even know how to shoot my gun, sir. They never told me. I don't even actually got any bullets in it. It's mainly just for show, sir. I could have never shot anyone. You gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? I mean, are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Sorry, I was doing my impression of you, sir. Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Yeah, alright, if you say so. What if you gotta write down like a long combination? I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. Oh, I thought he was like, only organizer I need is his noggin? When I want to re-examine a piece, I have to press E to open my organizer. The organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. Can I look at it now? Yeah. The victim in this case. Why was he killed in my office? Homicide detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Yeah. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. What do we have here? I think I've seen one of these before. Where I come from, they call them billfolds because you put your bill in it and fold it. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, okay. I thought it was as a aforementioned billfold. Oh, hey, I got the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink. I guess we're feeling casual. Now, it's not a coin, you know, remember earlier when I said coinkydink, sir? Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddyface. It would appear our victim was a detective, just like you. Who's got a hella good signature. Most people's signatures are, you know, little squibbles, and they're like, yep, that's it. That's my completely identifying information. Completely unique. No one would ever be able to recreate this scribble. And totally tell what it is at a damn glance. What a freaking scam cursive writing was on humanity. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. I'm not done, sir. I don't believe it. I packed those files on these shelves so tight. Not even an earthquake can make them fall off. Just look at them. This way the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all. A problem to be sure. Once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf. But nothing about the blood? Nothing about the blood? You guys okay? Files are all over the floor, sir. It probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. The name in blood? Games in the series is already trying to tilt me, man. And I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you're away, sir. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put into pointless. Really makes you wonder why we don't just kill ourselves, sir. Nothing we do ever really matters, sir. We're all gonna turn to dust one day, sir. Any mark we leave on the world will eventually be forgotten in the long span of the time of the universe, sir. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I mean, I water the flowers every day, sir, just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special, sir. I've already sent you the bill, sir. About half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? Okay. I mean, there's revolver and detective, but We don't really have reason to believe it was this guy's revolver, but that's the only thing that seems kind of connected. If I have to make a connection right now, you made it sound like I have to do one. So if I have to do one, this is the only one that makes any sense. A revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Better to belong to our recently departed? I mean... Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body once more? Yes, sir, on it, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see, what do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. They don't let me have one, sir. Not after the incident, sir. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. That didn't really seem like what happened in the opening, but let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say, you gotta look carefully at every piece of evidence, sir. You can use the arrow keys to rotate an object. No such thing as a bad angle, sir. Use Q and E to zoom in and out and get at the nitty gritty, sir. Okay, I can't use my mouse. Cool. Little. How do I? Oh, you got them. How do? Okay, you do those WAS stuff. I think it's easy to take a life with just a pull of a trigger. No, I can't even really see myself liking guns. I love the ones used in the track and field meets to start races. They go like chapow, and then you're running, and then you get 7th place, sir. Take off before it's fired. Everyone always ends up following your lead. To chase you down for a false start, detective? Now you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place. This is a little awkward. Looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the victim with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him. I mean, it seems unlikely. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Got no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I mean, like, could you die from one shot to the gut? Yeah. Guess it depends on, like, when he was shot, because I feel like it'd take a while. I mean, at least had some times if he wrote out a name, but... Well, I guess he couldn't write out a name, he's like, I'm gonna write out Gumshoe, because it's, like, supposed to be detective, but we're gonna think it's Gumshoe, even though it's not Gumshoe. Unless it is Gumshoe. Whoa, that's how they really get you. I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We just sent the body to the yacht. Jim! Oh, oh my god, is that the legendary prosecutor, Murder McGuy? Wow, how could this happen to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Let me be! I'm sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body! The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sure, just a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Murder McGuy? Yeah, I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here is my partner in crime, busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am a prosecutor. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So you're Miles Edgeworth. Guess this is your office? Yes, that is correct. Yeah, I did it was you. You're the ones who kills Jim. Hey, don't go jumping to conclusions, pal. Calm down, okay? That's my job. If you steal my gimmick for me, what am I gonna be in the game for? Other than my dashing good looks, sir. I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. and only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner. Yeah, that's what the killers always say. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth's been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? Oh, why do I get a feeling I shouldn't have said that, sir? The only one who could get in here was me. I mean, I know what that sounds like. I'm not sure what that sounds, but like I'm sure you're gonna jump to conclusions and say it was Dick Gumshoe who killed the beast. Wrong is all my defense is gonna be. So it was you then. You're Jim's killer. Jim? Dude's name was Buddy. You got it all wrong, buddy. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? We all know we must falsely accuse at least 2 people before we can actually find the killer. Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You're sure one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I heard all about the rumors of you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? How about a handshake to seal the deal? That wasn't even like an intentional joke. I just said kill for some reason. That wasn't even like meant to be a he's a murderer joke. That was just entirely like the freaking Holy Spirit possessed my tongue to say that one. The spirit of comedy. A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? I got a feeling you're gonna be doing a lot of that in the coming days, if you know what I mean. Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. I mean, it's your room after all. I just live in it. Thank you. I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there? Sir? I want you to capture the scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should probably give them some space. Trying to click to talk to people. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Miles, do you think that could be my catchphrase? I could say that all the time. Like, you would be like, I don't understand how the orange could be outside of the refrigerator. And then I'd be like, what a contradiction. People are gonna love it, Miles, I'm sure. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor? Must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing around. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well. Well, no, they shot near my jacket. No bullet would be foolish enough to hit the clothing of Miles Edgeworth. They dared to shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. What if they shot through it? It would have been a disaster, sir. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Something more here? Man, what a contradiction, sir. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best. People are gonna love it, sir. It's gonna catch on. All the kids will be saying it. They'll be doing all their skibbities and their whatnots, and they'll be like, what a contradiction. You know? Right, sir? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There's a giant contradiction right in front of us. That's what I've been trying to say, sir. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. Before you know it, I'll say the O word. And I don't mean that one. I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. The scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off. That's when my deductive skills come into play. Yeah, I know. First I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. This bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press the T button with conviction. Yeah! I hit the wrong button. And when I've found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Okay, it's only one bullet has been fired. It presented. Eureka! Oh shit. This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. First felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! What a contradiction, sir! However, this gun was only fired once. I mean, that's the contradiction, sir! That's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Or it could be the person we saw wasn't actually the killer. I guess they could have been somebody else who was investigating and then ran away because they didn't want to get framed or be seen as the killer. By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. Well, not so secret anymore. But I'll assure you, it is indeed very safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money, sir. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that! Achoo! Achoo! Talk about dusty, sir. I mean, it's immaculately clean, sir, because I come into your office and clean all the time and do a darn tootin' good job, sir. Please, request a raise for me. I really need it. I'm living at the ramen cart. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here. I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. When did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea, sir. Only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Secret Mayan gold? Right now, nothing. He thinks there's nothing inside. The fool. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial's in session. That's it. Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams, sir. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. This is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. Oh, okay, I guess that's what the smudge is supposed to be. You there, forensic scientist. Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. Couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. If you know what I mean, sir. You don't? Neither do I, honestly. Just kind of thought if I said it, you'd like me. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Is there anything else I can look at, or? Okay. Never hurts to look again. I never knew there was a safe hidden back there. If detectives knew about them, they wouldn't be secret now, would they? Are there any other secret hidden things in this room? Like, that statue. If I twist its head, will it open up the secret room behind your bookshelf where you keep all your secret detective gear? Detective? Prosecutor? Attorney man? Even if their worry will defeat the purpose of it being hidden, have I told you? So don't bother looking for them. So there's no, like, hidden camera around, right? And what if there was? I mean, it's nothing. Forget I said anything. Please do not look at the tape from last Thursday. Please, dear God, sir, there's nothing on it. Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? It's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. Educate yourself, detective. It's pure cinema. What's it about again? A steel samurai. I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids, but definitely acceptable to be watched by adults. It's one of the cool kid shows, you know? However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai. Along with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives a presence. You sure know a lot, sir. You sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy, sir? You sure you weren't like on the plane ride over here looking on your phone and telling people to off themselves for criticizing the Steel Samurai, sir? That kind of seems like something you'd be doing, sir. Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows as much this least. I mean, this much at least. Ah, shit. I flubbed my words. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Now that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. The Miles investigation. Ah, it's your trophy. The, not a prosecutor's, right? King of prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield. The shield's kind of missing part of it, sir. I feel like that's a pretty big opening. If I was to fight you and you use that shield, I would just aim for the part where there's no shield, sir. They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no interest in being the perceived worth of other people. The only worth I need is my edge, if you know what I mean, sir. I mean, detective. As for my own worth, that's something only I can determine for myself. That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Man, I got 2 new catchphrases, sir. What a contradiction. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me. Alright, cringe thing to say. Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with the card attached every month like clockwork to you? Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. Drink more Ovaltine. What does that mean, sir? All will be resolved. Wendy. Ah, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Wendy? Is that the name of the old lady? Oh, is that the security guard lady? Is that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that stalked? That's enough, detective. You will need not remind me further. Yeah, I'm probably not going to pick up on many of the references because it's been a while and, you know, my memory hasn't been good since the incident. Editor's note, there's no incident, it's just bad. But if I were to say there's an incident, it's like, oh, that's sad. I'm gonna give this guy all my money, right? Is that how that works? Watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir. The killer is going to pay. This tea set. Bought it for $9.99 at the local store. Yeah, you're really mad over this, sir. This tea set is very dear to my heart. It can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck. 33 yen, sir. That's a lot, sir. Feels like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks. I can't afford to waste all that money. It goes to alimony. No, I don't have a kid, sir. What is that supposed to mean? Wait, you don't have to pay alimony if you're not married, sir? And you don't have a kid, sir? Oh, do you know a lawyer, sir? How's it coming along? I need absolute silence. The picture is too important to mess up. Bro, you're snapping like crazy. What are you talking about? I'll leave the man to his art. And I shall leave myself to my art. The art of investigation. Ah, shit. Fortunately, I'm not good at the art of clicking or pressing the space bar. Been a while since I sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tidy, it looks newer than when I first bought it. Yeah, that thing's so polished, it makes the mirrors jealous. Sir, did you hear me? Sir, that thing's so polished, it makes the mirrors jealous. Sir, you're not laughing. Thought that was pretty good, sir. Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective. Actually, when you're gone, really nothing bad happens. It's really you being around that seems to cause other bad things to happen, sir. Maybe you should go into space. Far, far away. My job is to protect the office, sir. And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it. Well, I mean, think of how many murders might have occurred if I wasn't here, sir. Could be 11, 12, 8,000. I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. Wait, are we done looking at this, or? Hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. Gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end, sir. Even once this case is over, I don't think you can afford to take any time off. Okay, you got anything to say, sir? I'm sorry. I keep trying to click to talk to people, but you can't do that. Maybe if you click right on them. Nope. Does not work. A word, if I may. Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring him to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something? No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Alright, I guess have we looked at everything? Guess so. We gotta make a sweet connection. A sweet connection. White fingerprints, signs of a struggle, another handgun. I mean, can I do things from the same side? Okay. I didn't know if it was like they're on one side or the other. It was just, that's just the way they're listed. I believe I figured out what the murder was after. What is it, sir? The fact the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe. Making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other piece of information can tell me about this crime. I mean... Could have been trying to... I mean, if there's a gun in the safe, they were trying to steal... I don't actually... I mean, there's only two things we can do, so... It's either this or that one. I'm honestly not confident in either. Okay, fuck me. Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. I mean, that's fair. I didn't feel super confident in that one either, but... I don't feel super confident in this one, but... There's a possibility the files splayed on the floor are not the result of struggle between... Oh, okay. That makes sense. Ah, you mean look, it can be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. Need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you never seen before, even at a library. Sure. Let's give that a try. Why do all the good ones have to die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, I've pondered. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life, yet. Until... Zombie Ace Attorneys. Zombies have rights too! And that would be like, that would be the name of the sequel. Would be Zombies Have Rights 2? Like, because like it's 2, but it's also 2, but not 2, you know what I mean? All I can do is search for the truth. And, so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. Yeah, you got it! Let me help! So this file goes here, and that book goes there, sir. Showing a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. 'Cause I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal! Okay, done. It would appear the murder was definitely committed here. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh, sir. I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, hit the prints on the shelf. And the guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. You know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. I mean, it also seems weird that it's that low. I mean, presumably wouldn't it be... I mean, if it's... I feel like you would start at 0 if you started anything and then go to 1, but... I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way, so if it was here... that would be a pretty much center mass. We assume his hands are here, but... I put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. It appears the victim is in a sitting position here after being shot. Ah, so that's where the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Nothing of interest there, but it's OJ. Is that everything, I guess? Well, if I were to deduce anything, I have nothing to deduce. Good talk. Prosecutor's badge. Proof of my profession. Oh. Wonder if the victim knows anything about this badge. Murder McGuy, a high prosecutor with this prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking with him. I can't. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. No. Okay, that's a different mechanic. I would like to do. What do we have? Whoops, no, just another handgun. Is this spot connected? Clean to the victim's abdomen. Yeah. Oh no, hold on. There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole is too low. How low can it go? Too damn low. The victim was shot in the stomach. The hole should be much higher up. Huh. That's what my ex-girlfriend said, something about the hole being in a different place. What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... What does that mean, sir? Is what somebody else would be saying if they were here and they weren't me. But just in case there's a ghost in your office, because we all know your office is probably haunted. You did some kind of fucked up shit when you were younger, right? When you were like an evil prosecutor. You definitely got a few ghosts hanging around trying to mess with you from beyond. But they're probably a little lost. Maybe they're taking a ghost nap when the murder happened and they need to be caught up on the investigation. So for their benefit, could you explain to them it's the least you could do because of the aforementioned fucked up shit you did, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem? The order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You may have put them in the wrong order just now. Actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot began with the number O. What are those doing all the way down here after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. I mean, it does continue with the white books over to the side. Oh yeah, I should, in this game, I should actually have my cursor visible. I didn't think about that. 1 second, let's... Normally, because you know, usually cursor is on by default, but you always want to turn it off because otherwise you just end up with like a cursor in the middle of the screen the entire time. Let's see. There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's picking his nose. It's like so tiny on the recording. This dang gnat buzzing around. I can't find him. Oh, he's buzzing. These white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know the files are not in order when the crime occurred. So that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. You think it'd be okay to prop the body back up how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. I mean, put the files back in numerical order, sir, I guess. Sorry, I know you get mad when I pretend to be you, sir. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man, then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime, but why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Okay, I think we should probably go ahead and call it for our initial video. Can you save in this game? Options? Yeah, there we go. What up? Get saved, nerd. No, no, don't save on me. Ah, I've been saved on. Yeah, so that's the first video in the books. Had a very fun time with it. The games make for some good content, man. I feel like I do some good work with them. We have some good moments, some good, heckin' good comedy, ain't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Next time we'll continue investigating the Miles way. Should be fun. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.